Hi everybody, welcome back to the Father Mike Minute. We are continuing our series here through Lent. We're on day number 28, and we're on chapter 28 of this beautiful book by Don Dolindo, who, remember, was a good friend of Padre Pio. Padre Pio was deeply devoted to the Rosary, which is the topic of this chapter, and Padre Pio said, nothing gets us into holiness like praying the Rosary. He said, you take a person who sins repeatedly in whatever sin, whichever one of the 10 Commandments or 7 deadlies, if they pray the Rosary every day, one of two things is going to happen. Number one, they're either going to stop sinning, or number two, they're going to stop praying the Rosary, because you can't do both. Because praying the Rosary faithfully, with the heart, it makes us want to live in grace. And that's how he starts this chapter. He says the Rosary unleashes the treasures of grace into our lives, into our families, into our church, into our world. He says Our Lady is called the Mother of Divine Grace because she gives birth to Jesus, who is the source of grace. And so Our Lady, in saying fiat, and saying yes, and bringing our Lord here with that fiat, unleashes all this grace into our lives. And one way that we plug into that grace, like a lamp plugs into the wall, to the electric socket, we plug into that grace by the Rosary. And, there's images of the Rosary kind of like being a stairway or a ladder to heaven. And we climb up to heaven on these beads, the rungs of the ladder, so to speak. And then grace comes to us through also the same pathway. And so the Rosary is so very, very powerful. When you hold the Rosary, you're holding the hand of our beautiful Mother Mary. And so when we hold the Rosary, we need not fear anything. We have our Lord, we have Our Lady. And so a lot of people, they, especially if they're dealing with issues of sleeping bed and all this, just go to sleep with the Rosary around your hand. It's such a powerful thing. Clutch the Rosary as you clutch Mary's hand, and then she just takes us to the Lord. And he goes through here all these different prayers that are parts of the Rosary: the Hail Mary, the Our Father, the Glory Be, Fatima prayer, and these are prayers that are familiar to us. Of course, we have learned them since we were very young, and even though they're familiar, though, they should never lose their weight. They should never lose their power. And it's good for us from time to time to really sit there and pick apart in our prayer the Hail Mary and the Our Father, the Fatima prayer, the Glory Be, the St. Michael, all the different prayers that are so familiar to us. We should do a little Lectio on them, because they didn't just fall out of the sky. The Lord teaches them to us. And he says, pray these prayers. And we have this beautiful Rosary that we use as a way of accessing all this grace through these prayers. And so and it's always amazing to me, the last thing I'll say here, just when I go to the nursing home and the Alzheimer's units, and find people that they don't know their own name. They don't know almost anybody anymore. They can't remember. They don't know where they are, what year it is, but they know the Hail Mary. And they know the Our Father, because these prayers have been set so deeply into their souls. And pray God, that is the way it is for us every single day. God bless you.